and he's going to provide a little bit of entertainment for you. So, Rod, hit her.
No, hold it. No, Mike, you got it wrong. I'm going to do a toast.
I'm so sorry.
Forgive me, Tanya.
I have to apologize. He's one of our drywallers, not the smartest tool in the show.
Not smart at all, actually. I'm strong.
He's got a strong back and a size 1 hat. But, Rod, can I have a toast?
I want to be honest. I was honored when Mike asked me to do this toast because I hadn't seen Mike for a while. And as I said earlier, your smile blew me away like it did every other person that saw that smile. You know my line? This is the truth. And I knew right away, it was because of something special in your life. And that something is right beside you, Tanya. Ladies and gentlemen, I have an empty can in my hand, and this is the way Mike was pre-Tanya. His heart had a hole in it. He felt empty and drained. Sometimes why? Then came along Tanya. His life began to change. The hole in his heart began to vanish. The dents in his life is gone. And now, ladies and gentlemen, and Tanya, especially to you, to your friends, to your family, and to Mike. May your cups continue to overflow. May this day bring you joy and good cheer to you and to all in all. My God, I don't even know how to pour a beer. Cheers to all of you, and especially Mike, to you and Tanya. Cheers.
Cheers. That's great.
Don't spill till I clean that up. Don't slip till I clean that up.
Okay, so we're going to do a couple of speeches. First up, the man, the myth, the legend, my dad's been there every day of my life, Mr. Tanya Walsh. Do you want the microphone?
How do you follow an act like
You just did. Just don't slip, please. I think that's right.
You see, he turns on an act like that, and he expects me to follow. Well, fortunately, I've got a good lead, because he brought somebody new into my life when I needed a freshener. And at 92, that's what you need. And why did I like her? No, not because of her looks. I liked her because we had something instantly in common. And you know what it was? Her mother was a cleaning lady. And you know what I liked about her mother being a cleaning lady? My mother was a cleaning lady. And you know, her dad was a taxi driver. And you know what my dad was? My dad was a taxi driver. And you know what? She started work at 14. And you know what age I started at? 14. Now the different was, she started her education and she started her work at 14. But she didn't stop her education at 14. The difference was, she continued her education in a school, and I continued my education in the Merchant Navy. But she continued her education, getting real education, and at 16, she applied for a grant to further her education, and she got it. It was 14. You got it, $14,000.
I was in my 20s.
Well, what, 20,000?
No, I was in my 20s.
Yes, 14,000.
Well, whatever it was, she applied for a grant for $14,000, and she never got it. And you know why she never got it? Because her ordinary marks were so high, she got it free. She got it free. And she chose to use that money for her education to study nursing. I don't know why she studied nursing. Maybe she felt that later on in life sometime she'd need nursing. She'd need nursing. But even at nursing, she had always studied extra nursing thing, specialized nursing, and courses that took 6 months to study. And that's where she studied, got the respect within her profession that she's got today. And so you never know what this woman's like by meeting her in occasions like this. It's only when you get to know her deeply and ask deep questions about her training that you realize the depth that goes on within this woman. A lady here who knows her is nodding her professional head. And one of the things you know about the deep in her background is that she has, from a previous marriage, 3 young men. And the 3 young men are not racing around as teenagers, well, they are teenagers, but their own accomplishments speak for her ability as a mother to provide them with a sound home and house. So she is a lady who's brought to her in marriage to this young man, a whippersnapper, her own house. And
Sally, I'm going to help you out.
oh, great. Now I need somebody to help me to talk. And with the acquisition of this lady, I've got somebody who's going to help me to think.
I'll take care of you, Terrence.
Okay. Now I have no reason to go on living. Was that a halo he rode away? Okay, so this is the sort of people you meet when you stick around and all you do is breathe and watch the world go by. But these are the amazing things that happen. And to keep her balanced life, bringing property to a man who's already got a couple of houses himself, and he's worth balancing up this act. I remember him from when before he was born, and that's another story. If you want some excitement. But Mike and his sister came to Canada. My wife and I went, and my daughter was 9. Where's Heidi?
10.
There's Heidi. She was 9, and she's bad with numbers. She was 9. Mike was 11, and we decided to come to Canada, my wife and I. And we went to the teacher and said, "We're going to Canada. What do you suggest?" And the teacher said to us, "Well, we don't know about Canadian education, but we can tell you one thing, they're going to be very satisfied as children." And we said, "Why is that?" And she said, "Because when the kids come with their birthday cards and invitations, the first thing they do is run to the Walshes. And the teacher said to them, "Why do you run to the Walshes?" And they said, "Because if we can get Heidi and Michael to come to our parties, we know the parties will be a success." And sure enough, we brought these two kids to their school. Michael immediately, because of his soccer, was popular with the boys, but the boys took him into their home, into their hearts, and got them jobs selling newspapers. And Heidi, I'll come to you later, no, because she was great with her friends, and they today, these two, still have deep friends among those children they had when they were 9 and 11. And those are the sort of people they make with friends, and some of them are here today. Those are the sort of the people. Michael, you know about. Heidi became a journalist. She went to Germany. She met a German man, and he can stand here up tonight. If he's sober. Oh, he's in the washroom. Oh, well, I'll tell you about Germans because we that's for another marriage. Anyway, she became a journalist with the equivalent of the BBC, toured on behalf of the German government, opening radio stations around the third world, and that was her career. And she's now been living in Germany, and when she's in Germany or when I'm with her, people ask her what sort of part of Germany she comes from. And I have to boost her up because she has to equal the success of the children that Sonia has brought up. Tanya. This one is Tanya. I'm a little confused. That's next week. So you see here a couple, and one of the things, the element is not what happens to two families, one from the centre of London, one from the centre of the prairies. What they do is they work hard, and the other thing, they start things. And that's the secret of the parents and the grandparents. People who start things in a good environment, and Canada presents a good environment. And a lot of us who've never lived in other countries don't realize the environment of just how good Canada is. And when you get to raise your glasses later tonight, remember Tanya, remember Mike, and remember Canada. And you see our two families here, one from the centre of Europe, one from the centre of Canada, have blended with the aid of Canada, and one other environment. That's the people who welcomed us, the native Indians. And is Jojo here? Please stand up with your two fine sons. Jojo, I'm sorry, and Jojo is a business manager of one of Mike's successful companies, and he's also a personal, almost trained, working field nurse. Well, he's laughing, but his patients aren't. He's a man who trained himself as a businessman and a hard-working man. And I'm not going to tell him how good Canada is. I should just thank him for keeping it running until we got it. But when you're having a drink, save something in your glass for people like Jojo, a new generation of Canadian. And I'm not going to welcome him because I know what he's going to do with my... if I make that mistake. Folks, thank you very much, especially the McRaes, for bringing us all together here this afternoon. Thank you again.
Yeah. Tanya's going for a pee break.
Come on.